Nothing like an unskippable intro cutscene. These Call of Duty people take themselves way too seriously. Okay, so here we are in Cyberpunk. I am recording this externally because for two reasons. One, it's a laptop, so people are, I'd say on average, going to use the laptop screen. I want you to see what I see. Secondly, this has a really nice screen. Yes, it's loaded in, so we are good. So it looks like it's doing a decent job keeping things cool. The CPU is at 66, and the GPU is at 71. That's actually pretty good. There's a lot of cooling in the system, so that's actually pretty impressive. Looks like we're getting 39 FPS, 40 FPS. It actually looks smooth. I mean, it's a super high refresh rate screen, so CPU is not being taxed. It's only at 30%. Yeah, it's pretty rock solid. At 30, actually. This does bode well. Okay, so this is 1600p on high, and I just threw on the quality DLSS, so nothing crazy. I didn't crank it up to, balanced or anything, and we're above 60. Very impressive, and I think temperatures are pretty good. I was hoping that I was worried that the CPU was going to get super hot, because it's a shared cooling solution, but the 4050 is not a super hot GPU. It's actually very efficient, but yeah, these are good, like 60 FPS, 1600p. This is not 1080p, and it's on high. That's actually really good, to be honest. So ultra, no ray tracing yet, and quality FSR, or quality DLSS. Yeah, 45. A little bit low, but I mean, like, you can play games at 40 FPS, that's totally fine. Especially for a game like this, but I would probably turn this up by 1. Here we go. Let's see. So ultra quality, balanced, 1600p. That's 45 FPS. Personally, I would actually turn the settings down because it's a little soft. It looks fine. I mean, it's not the biggest screen in the world. It does. Oh, that is really bad. Okay, let's give it a sec to catch up there. And what's happening here? So can you see how it's like, this is unplayable basically? And if you don't know why that is, you can see up here, the memory is at 6 gigabytes, 6,000 megabytes. So we're hitting a VRAM limit here. This is the problem with Nvidia GPUs, especially in 2023. They're very powerful. You saw how powerful this was with ray tracing off. But they don't have enough VRAM. I'm sorry, they don't have enough VRAM. I'm sure it actually has the power, to be honest. I bet it has the power, but we're hitting a VRAM limit. So let's try that. And yep, we're up there now, but we're not up to 6 gigabytes anymore because this is a 6 gigabyte card. We can't exceed that. But you can see now, it's not quite hitting that, and the frames went up a fair bit. 35 FPS, and this is ray trace medium. It looks like we're getting close to 50. Oh, it dropped down a lot there. Okay, let's see. Still up to 60. It's just fluctuating. See, like when I went there, it dropped down to 45. That's going to be a little much for me, I'd say. It could be just pop in, but let's not drop as much. So the overall frame rate has gone up almost by 10. The biggest thing though is that, like, it's going up to like 70, but the drops aren't as bad. So it's still going down to below 60, but it's not bad. When DLSS was off, it was kind of pretty bad. This is fine. There's actually quite a lot going on here, so this might actually be a reasonable place to test.
That's actually pretty good. Nice coordination. Did you just praise a robot?
I think you're fine on high with DLSS on ultra quality.
That's because it's not constantly trying to give me unsolicited advice.
Yeah, balance is actually making quite a difference. You could definitely use quality DLSS when you're on high, at least at 1600p. But this is looking better. And it looks like our VRAM is fine. You can see there we're still below 6, so we got a little bit of overhead there. And now we're not dropping down below 60. So I'm going to say for this game, 1600p high settings, DLSS on medium, and you're pretty much good to go. Oh, look at that. ray tracing on it looks really nice actually. Holy smokes. Okay, we'll see. So ultra quality presets, and we have DLSS on though, so 1600p. Let's see. Should run fine, I think. Yeah, there you go. So 1600p, ultra presets, DLSS set to only quality, so you could go higher, but it looks pretty good to be honest. I don't know what's up with that 1% low. It's just Activision is just not able to represent that here for some reason.
Oh, nice.
You can max it and you'll be fine. We can turn DLSS off and just, I don't know, see what happens. I don't know why. I'm fine with DLSS, and I think a lot of people are. There you go. So ultra quality, so max settings basically with DLSS off, and yeah, 55 FPS. I'm sure there's places where it would drop down. This isn't the most demanding scene, but it's also not an easy scene. There's water here, and you could certainly add a little bit of DLSS, especially when you're at 1600p on a screen this size. DLSS is going to look great. But it looks like it's running around 60 or so, which is pretty good. Yeah, so here, we're below 60, so we're down to about 50. Again, people, for some reason, some people think you can't play a game at below 60. This type of game you can absolutely play at 50 FPS. The 4050 has a lot of power. So until you hit a VRAM limit, you're going to be more or less fine. And it looks like we're not hitting a VRAM limit. We're only at 5 when we have DLSS on. When we had DLSS off, it was getting up there a little bit, which might be a little suspect in some areas, but we're fine for now. Yeah, so 100%. So this is 1600p native. Let's see how it does. It's running fine. We're not hitting the VRAM limit. We're at about 5 gigabytes. That's good. No ray tracing, obviously. Ray tracing is going to really increase the demand of this game. It's quite demanding. That's fine. So it looks like you can run natively at 1600p. On medium, at least. Let's turn the settings up here a bit. We're going to really rapidly start hitting VRAM limits here. Yeah. So high's a little much. Still fine. I mean, 50 FPS. It'll drop down when you get to like Hogsmeade and that. But we're at 60 FPS here. Down to 50. Those people look a little creepy. A little delayed on the pop in there, but yeah. Let's throw on some DLSS here. Definitely some wonkiness with the graphics there. I don't know what's up. But Nvidia DLSS. I don't know what NIS is, but we'll try that. This should increase the performance quite a bit, to be honest. So DLSS on, still 1600p on. Yeah, that's a huge jump. You're going to want to use DLSS in this game. And our VRAM's up to 5.3, so we should be fine here on high with DLSS on. Harry Potter is going to be Hogwarts is going to be a bit rough if you turn off DLSS. Look at that pop in though. That's weird. So ray tracing on we'll probably go to medium. So ray trace medium, and we have the reflections on. We'll leave these two off to start because let's be reasonable here. This is just a 4050. Motion blur, whatever, and we're going to leave DLSS on. There's no way we can get away without it. So let's see. It's getting decent FPS. I mean, there's not a lot reflecting out here, but let's go inside and see if we can get some. Oh, look at that popping though. Like, what is that? Something's up here. I don't know. I think this is I think it's hitting. It doesn't say that it's hitting the VRAM. Oh, it's a touchscreen. I forgot. You can play Harry Potter like that. It doesn't say that it's hitting the VRAM, but I suspect we're actually hitting the VRAM, and maybe Afterburner is misreporting, because look at that. It looks like crap. We'll go with Ultra presets. We'll just go presets, and we'll leave DLSS on, and we're at 1600p. Let's see how it works. So we got that 6 gigabytes of VRAM to work with, and it looks like we are totally fine. Good FPS too, 87. I suspect a game like this, you're not going to want to play it without DLSS on. You could play it natively, but you know, this is a game where FPS actually does, what was that? FPS actually does matter. And you know, you don't want to be fluctuating all over the place. That 1% low is suspect. Ultra, let's go with extreme. I think this, oh, okay, so we're hitting our VRAM there, you can see. We'll see what happens. Looks like we're just under it. Oh no, that's not good. Oh no, it's fine, it was just hitching. It was probably the DLSS kicking in. Yeah, this is fine. So you can do extreme. You're cutting it close with VRAM, 5.4. But it was under the limit. It was kind of warning. Oh, there's a guy right there. It was warning us, but it was warning us about VRAM, but we're under 6 gigabytes, so you know we're fine. So this is 1600p on medium presets, and it seems to be running quite well. The only limit that we might hit in this game is VRAM. I suspect it's going to have decent power performance. But, you know, there's no DLSS or anything, and we're at 100 FPS here. I don't know what's up with that 1% low, but whatever. Just ignore that. So we're at 100 FPS. Totally fine. All right, so we hit our limit. So we're not going to be playing this game at 1600p on Ultra. I kind of suspected that. You know, we're hitting our VRAM limit of 6 gigabytes. It'll run, but yeah, the frame time is horrendous. You can't see it. Oh my god, it's so bad. Yeah, so it's really bad. So this is a 6 gigabyte card. That's the only negative with Nvidia cards. They typically have a ton of power, but you know, we're hitting 6 gigabytes of VRAM, so yeah, that's going to be a no. Yeah, let's see if decreasing the resolution we can do ultra. Yeah, there we go. So you can do ultra on 1080p, but you cannot do ultra on 1440p or 1600p in this case, because you hit a hard VRAM limit, and then the game just absolutely chugs. So ultra, you're going to be limited to 1200p, but it's running great. Like you can see this is ultra on 1200p. And we're just below the VRAM limit. We're at 6, just below the 6 gigabyte VRAM limit.